Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another book haul revisited. This is for the months of November and December 2016. So these are books I've had sitting on my shelf for 12 months and I need to have decided whether I've read them, I've unhauled them, or if they're books that are still sitting on my shelf. And my goal is to try and read them in that 2-month period to try and keep my TBR current and moving and whatnot. I've done a few of these now. I will leave a link to any of my previous videos down below so you can check it out. But yeah, let's get on to it. So between November and December 2016, I purchased 44 books, or received 44 books. Sorry, I shouldn't say they're all purchased. Some of them I did receive or win in giveaways or receive as gifts. Of these 44 books, 2 of them I have unhauled without reading them. 8 of them I have read and unhauled. I've read 24 of them and I have 10 left to read. I think those are the numbers. Someone is welcome to correct my math, but I'm going to go through it all anyway. I'm going to start with the books that I've read and unhauled. Obviously, I don't have them here because I've unhauled them. And most of these just went to friends and family, which is what happens to most of the books that I unhauled. I unhauled The Graces by Laura Eve, The Fifth Avenue Artists Society, I can't remember who this one was by, Cut by Mark Rabe, The Stolen Child by Lisa Carey, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, Zoo by James Patterson, the graphic novel adaptation of A Wrinkle in Time, and The Whispers of the Fallen by J.D. Netto, which is the first book in a series. And the 2 books that I unhauled without reading are the second and the third book in the Whispers of the Fallen series by J.D. Netto. The second book is Rebellion, the third is Gathering of Shadows, and I just worked out that I wasn't going to read them, so I'm passing them on to people who will and who will enjoy them. What I also discovered in this process, because I'm about to go into the books that I have read and still have on my shelves, is that I've lent out books to people and I don't know where they are. So this is good because this means I'm going to follow up where my books have got to. So these are the books that I read and have kept. Heartless by Marissa Meyer, Radiance by Catherine M. Valente. This was really weird and really cool. The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. World After by Susan E. Star Wars Catalyst. I think this one was by James Luceno, but I don't know where it's got to because I don't know anyone who reads Star Wars books. So I've obviously put it somewhere and I just don't know where, which is odd because my apartment is not that big. Star Wars Aftermath Life Debt by Chuck Wendig, which is the second book in the series. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. The Interrogation of Ashala Wolf by Amberlynn Quay-Molina, Stardust by Neil Gaiman, Revenger by Alistair Reynolds, The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid, A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, Finding Wonders, which came in one of my YA Chronicles boxes, and I know exactly who has this book, and I keep forgetting to ask for it back. I know that they're finished with it, so I forget who the author is. Sorry. Lost Stars by Lisa Sealand Davis, Third Time Lucky by Carly Lane, The Life and Death of Sophie Stark by Anna North, again, really weird book, really liked it. This was a gift. Born of the Phoenix by D.M. Forrester, which is a truly horrendous cover, but it's signed and personalised, so I'm keeping it. Hartley's Grange by Nicole Hurley-Moore, Embassy Town by China Mayville, Starflight by Melissa Landers, Burial Rites by Hannah Kent, The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. I also picked up The Art of Rogue One, which is currently inaccessible in a cupboard somewhere, but I do have it, and I have read through it and looked at the pictures, and I love my hardcover book. And the last book that I picked up and read was The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, which I read just recently. So that leaves me with 10 books that I have not yet read and that I want to try and read before the end of December. It's not a really hard and fast rule if you followed my other ones. I've generally made my target, but this is more just to make sure that I am aware of what's been sitting on my shelf for ages. So the first book that I have to read is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I've only read a short story by her and none of her other books, and I haven't read Gone Girl because I saw the movie and figured it was probably not a great idea to read the book after seeing the movie. But I did want to try one of her novels. So I've got this one and I'm hoping to get to it. I'm very curious to try her writing. I also have Goodwood by Holly Throsby, which came out in December last year and it sits on my shelf and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I should pick that up. So I'm excited that it's one of the books that I have to get to because I really do want to pick this up. I'll interject here and say that if you know me at all through my channel, you know that I don't really know what books are about before I buy them because I just like, well, I might have some idea, but I generally don't know full details because I just like going into things blind, and I find that it helps me to enjoy the book a lot better. I have Magnus Chase in the Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. I have Unearthly and Hallowed, both by Cynthia Hand, and I am hoping to get to these quickly because these are meant to be angel books and I'm hoping that they are good because I've had terrible luck with angel books recently. I have Hexenhaus by Nikki McWatters. I think I won this in a Goodreads giveaway. I think this is sort of about people being accused of witchcraft, and I think it's written by an Australian, and this probably would have been really good for October, but I had other books to read. Black Widow, Red Vengeance by Margaret Stoll, which is obviously the second book in the series. I read the first one a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking forward to picking this one up and continuing the story and seeing where the characters go and which other cameos we get in this particular book. The Rook by Daniel O'Malley, and I've heard lots of really good things about this. I think it's got some supernatural elements in it, which it sounds really cool. As I Descended by Robin Talley. Again, I've heard some good things about this. I think it is an LGBT retelling of Macbeth, I believe, but I'm not really au fait with Shakespeare, so I don't know, I'm just going to go into it and read it and hopefully enjoy it. The last thing that I haven't read is The Barefoot Investor by Scott Pape, which is sort of like my grown-up book now that I'm, you know, living on my own and supposed to be an adult and responsible with money. I probably should make some time to read this because I think that's probably important. So those are all the books that I read, unhauled, and have not yet read for the last 12 months. So you'll probably be seeing quite a few wrap-ups featuring some of these books in the next couple of weeks, which is really, really important to me. In the comments, let me know something that's been sitting on your shelf for ages and you're really eager to get to when you get a chance. Also, if you do something like these book haul revisits, let me know. I'd love to check them out, or I'd love to chat to you about them and see how your process works and how it's different to mine. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.